war between Iran and Israel may be inevitable. Winston Churchill wrote that there was never a war that could have so easily been avoided as World War II. Almost the precise opposite must be said about the coming war with Iran over its nuclear weapons. There have been few wars as inevitable as the one that will soon erupt. For the past 2 decades, nations' leaders have been debating when Iran would reach the breakout point, the time at which it would have enriched enough uranium to weapons grade that it would be able to construct a nuclear weapon. Last week, Israeli Defense Minister Benny Gantz told the UN Security Council that Iran is only around 10 weeks away from acquiring weapons-grade materials necessary for a nuclear weapon. Gantz also reacted to a drone strike on the Israeli-owned merchant ship Mercer Street, which killed 3 people, and said that Israel is prepared to strike at Iran in response. Iran's conduct in recent months has, redundantly, demonstrated its willingness to go to war. In addition to the Mercer Street attack, Iran plotted to kidnap a dissident journalist in New York City, for which 4 of its intelligence operatives were indicted. It has, according to Sky News, been researching ways to perpetrate cyber attacks against U.S. infrastructure. And Hezbollah in Lebanon, who are backed by Iran, fired missiles into Israel last week. It was sad to see a Wall Street Journal headline that said Iran's terrorism comes to America in the form of the kidnap plot against the journalist. 10 years ago, U.S. intelligence thwarted an Iranian plot to assassinate then Saudi ambassador to the U.S. Adel al-Jubeir. Iranian terrorism in the U.S. is nothing new. U.S. presidents have, for about 3 decades, sworn that Iran would never be permitted to have nuclear weapons. In 2015, Obama entered a nuclear weapons deal with Iran which he never submitted to the Senate for ratification that essentially guaranteed Iran would have nuclear weapons within a decade and did nothing to limit its development of ballistic missiles.